Hey guys, Jenna here. Welcome in to Mindset Mondays, whatever, manifestation session. Perhaps not manifestation, just a Mindset Mondays, because if your mindset isn't right, then nothing else is going to fall into place. And sometimes we just need a little bit of guidance in getting our mindset right. So I figured it would be fun to do that as a reading. So welcome in. I am going to be playing with the pendulum and this wheel over here for areas of focus where we need to focus our mindset. And then I've got 4 different decks. 2 of them are mine. One of them is my Healing the Chakras affirmation deck, and then just my psychedelic Jack-o'-lantern tarot. And then I'm going to close out with a message from Isis because she keeps coming through today. I feel like anytime Isis wants to come in and communicate with either me or the collective, she sends me beetles. So anyways, and then just this deck by Cheryl Richardson, the My Daily Affirmations card, which I really like because it has direct areas of focus. Sorry, I'm just going to grab some water. Oh, my microphone just beeped. What does that mean? Is it still recording? Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't know what that means. Anyways, yeah, let's get our mind right for the week, eh? I don't actually have much of an inkling of what this reading's going to be about. So we're just going to kind of flow with it, aside from where our mindset needs to be. I want to open up with this book. It's called Everything is Perfect. And we're just going to get a random message. Let's see. It says, God will never give up on you. So perhaps maybe you should never give up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if all is one, God will never give up on you, then you can't give up on yourself because you matter. Oh, yeah. How sweet. Okay. God is rich and so are you. Yeah, parroting back on the all is one, right? Get what I'm saying? You are so special. And what is this one? Embrace your fear to experience faith. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that always is that always is something that's absolutely necessary when embarking down on new journeys, is being able to have the faith to take that first leap, even if you're scared, right? Interesting. There's a mark on my wall that caught my attention, and it kind of looks like a K. That could be relevant for someone. It doesn't have to be, but I typically notice things like that. Okay, I just want to get an overall theme on where our mindset needs to be for this week. Where does the collective's mindset need to be for this week? What's our overall focus here? Oh, okay. Okay, so we've got the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Swords, which is interesting. This could denote moving on to calmer waters in some sort of partnership. It also could denote moving on from some sort of partnership. Let me get some more clarification. Okay, so we've got the Six of Pentacles in the upright position, which is all about, balance, charity, but also like giving and receiving, right? And then we've got the 10 of Wands in the reverse position. So this would be like releasing some sort of burden by being fair, charitable, equitable, not equitable, equitable. Sorry, I can't pronounce stuff sometimes very well, guys. But anyways, tell us more. The Four of Wands. So this could be around some sort of home situation. Oh, look at that. The Justice card and the 10 of Cups. Oh, and the 10 of Swords. So the Justice card could really, again, be signaling too that something is balancing out or that you are going to get justice around some sort of home situation. And it will ultimately end up bringing in like a happy family situation. And then we've got the bottom here is the bottom of the deck energy is the 10 of Swords. So something is like ending. Something's like ending. Temperance, yeah, because something's finally being balanced out. Sweet. Okay. So where does that leave us on where we need our mindset to be? Let's pull from the pendulum to see in what areas of life we can expect this situation or others to unfold, right? Oh, it's got a knot. You guys will have to just give me a moment. Yes. Okay, there we go. Give this a little spin. I should just put a spinner on it. I have spinners too. Okay, what areas of life can we expect this situation to unfold in this week in regards of where we're like being prepped for our mindset to be right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's circling friendships and universe, which the underlying words are fantasy and humanity. Okay. Now, and it's interesting in the friendship depiction on the wheel. Sorry, pendulum. On the wheel. Sorry. I don't know if you guys can see that up here. Here, hold up. Let me stand up. Boop, boop, boop. You see that? So it's this old, like, kind of like a game, but I'm pretty sure it's actually like I believe it is a children's game, but I noticed it's a tradition for when one of the seasons change. And if you could feel free to put in the comments, but it's like one of like a pagan tradition or something. Maybe not pagans, but the idea is that you take the ribbons and you put it around the tree and you all like wrap stuff around the tree and everybody in the community gets together and does it. So and then that with universe. So it's almost like the universe is collaborating on your behalf. Because there's a lot of balance cards. I know we have the temperance in there too that peeped out, and this one as well. So a lot of like friendships, stuff as far as like community vibes, working together. There could be some sort of like divine intervention, stuff like that. Okay. Anything else we need to know from this wheel here? I don't know why, but I'm humming Bob the Builder. I don't even know the last time I watched Bob the Builder. Legitimately, I've got kids, but we don't watch Bob the Builder all too much. But maybe it's like you feel like you're building something or you're fixing something, Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Working together is so much fun. Something and something will get the job done. That's the whole song, right? Okay, anyways, very interesting. Okay, anything else we need to be aware of? Where do we need to focus our mindset? Our main focus for our mindset this week. Okay. It's hovering over communication and flexibility and a number 3. So again, another like community number, community card, communication and flexibility. It also is popping up all the way over here to discovery and adventure. But I feel like that's maybe like an aftermath part of it. But you're going to need to be flexible in some sort of like communication. So that's your main mindset. Let me write that down. Okay. Flexible in communication is where we need to focus our mindset for this week. Yeah, and I mean, because it does seem like there's like maybe some agreement being made and it's like moving on to calmer waters or just moving, but it's like you're moving on to equal give and take and having the burdens eased up for you, right? And then coming in here, it's in regards to a home situation where there's going to be some sort of justice. And then the 10 of Cups, which is like the ultimate like fulfillment, like, yes, you know, I call it the happy family card because it's a whole family on there and they've got their house and their river and it's like the mom and the dad and the kids and they're happy and they're joyful. And anyways, let's see. Ooh, okay. Yeah, because the 3 of Swords. So now the 3 of Swords can be healing. Clarify the 3 of Swords. The 2 of Wands in the reverse position. So not being able to see the vision, not being able to see past the heartbreak. The Queen of Wands. Clarify the Queen of Wands. 2 of Swords. So perhaps you are the Queen of Wands in the situation, and I don't. Maybe there was like, what is this communication going to be about? Because it's something that you don't see coming. Let's see. Tell us, my dear. The 5 of Pentacles, so being left out in the cold, and the World card in the reverse position. So maybe it's something to where I'm seeing an anchor in this window too. And I'm just here. I know it's not like a full ass anchor, but it looks like an anchor to me. It's popping in my head, right? So it's like you're having a hard time seeing the vision and creating because of like the heartbreak and not being able to see any solutions because you feel so left out in the cold and you're unable to anchor in the completion of a cycle. This is what the communication is about. Yo, okay. Okay, so we have another balance card. Ah, yes. Okay, very interesting. We have another balance card. So there is something that's being balanced out because defenses are going to be dropped. So we've got the 7 of Wands in the reverse position. So you can see he's on the defense, but in the reverse position, it's going to be dropped. So being flexible in the communication, being able to balance everything out is going to be able to get you out of your head where you've been stuck in all of this stagnancy and ultimately bring in the sun, which I love that we got the sun and the 10 of cups because these are literally the two fucking best cards in the deck. Hands down. Like, if you know the Rider-Waite system, you know, I'm not like exaggerating, right? The sun card it's like happy. It's, you know, like happy, good time, freeing. But what I'm catching it in this way is it's your illumination through. So being able to put down your boundaries and balance everything out is how it's going to illuminate how you can see your way through whatever this past cycle was that you felt that you couldn't close out. You're so stuck in your head about it. But the fact of the matter is the Queen of Wands, she is the ultimate alchemist in the deck. I know she's not like the magician, but she is considered like the witch of the tarot. And she's also got the black cat here. And that was like sticking out to me as like the black cat energy. And it's like almost something like so elusive, yet magnetic. And this is you. This is your energy, but it's like you've been sitting in this I don't want to say like dark mucky shell, but it almost feels like something similar to that. Just in stagnancy, like I'm saying with the anchor, feeling like you're not able to actually ground in properly. Okay. Okay then. So be flexible in your communication this week. That's where your mindset needs to be. Can we get one more for advice for the tarot? Look, the 10 of Swords again. Yeah, end this out. End it out. It could be a painful ending. It could have been very painful, but ultimately, you're going to be really happy. Okay, so let's just get a pull from my deck, Healing the Chakras, and see where it is we need to focus our energy this week. Let's see this. And if you guys are interested in any of my decks, if you check the link box, the description box, I have a link to my link tree, and all of my decks are available on my website. This one's my favorite one. I think it's safe to say that I've pretty much used it every single day since I created it. I started writing it in 2023, and then I got my first print, this one. I received it in early 2024, and then I ran a deck launch through spring that ran until April 20th of 2024. And it was like just a game changer for me making this deck. It really was. It was like a whole ass journey, and I'm grateful for every moment of it. And I can honestly say that it's been very transformative in my life to be able to have a focus point every morning on where it is I need to focus my energy, and even like an affirmation that I can just like bring back to, or I can like put the card somewhere in my office or something. So I'm like walking past it all day, or, you know, whatever it is. I found it's been very helpful, which I love. I love that. Anyways, maybe in your mindset, you need to have some sort of reflection and gratitude for the journey, because I'm not sure why I'm saying all of that, but that would be why. Reflection and gratitude for the journey. Yeah, because whatever it is that has been going on, I mean, it's like a painful ending, right? Or it was the end of a really painful cycle. It was like whatever it was not easy to go through, and you're really being encouraged to actually reflect back on this when you're being flexible in your communication, right? Before I'm hearing before you're communicating, make sure you are seeing your journey for what it is, and you're reflecting back, and you're able to have, excuse me, I got the hiccups, throat chakra stuff. Somebody doesn't want stuff coming out. That you're able to have gratitude for the journey and what it has been, regardless of if it's like painful, not painful, whatever it is, right? It just the having the, I'm sorry, I'm like, it's like difficult to get this message out for some reason. Having the gratitude to reflect on how transformative the journey has been for you and how ultimately you have like expanded from whatever healing it was that you went through over here to wherever it is that's coming up that you need to focus your mindset in this week. Be flexible in communication, and then reflection and gratitude for the journey. How much have you grown? Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Gratitude for the growth. Let's write that. La, 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 la. Okay. Gratitude for the growth. Yeah, because whatever it is that y'all went through, it's like, it feels mucky. Like when I'm tuning in with my my mind's eye, it's like it feels mucky, murky, almost like black smoky ish in the area, and it's like you didn't want to be in there. I'm like just like Charlie Brown's cloud, right? It's like that's what I'm like visioning. Not Charlie Brown, but the other little fellow in there, and like the old Peanuts cartoons. Sorry, I'm really letting my age show here. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like having a black cloud over your head and you couldn't see your way out, and it was like you were just like stuck in this mental prison, but you weren't actually like tied up very tightly. You just needed to shake loose, and you could see that their cage wasn't actually complete. It was like your own cage that you're keeping yourself in. So really flexibility this week in your communication. And in order for you to understand where it is that you need to be flexible in your communication, you need to take a moment and reflect back on your journey and see it for what it is without any sort of rose colored glasses, and actually show gratitude for the good, the bad, the ugly, and how it got you from here to here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, we got that out. Woo! That was a freaking mouthful. Okay. All right, where do we need to focus our energy this week? Where does the collective need to focus our energy this week? Okay. Sorry, I know some people hate live shuffling, but it's like, I don't know. This is just how I divinate. So I feel like there's so many channeled messages that come through when I'm shuffling and stuff like that too. But I know a lot of people don't like the clickety clack 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 of the noises. Some people do. Some people like it. It's like ASMR to them. Anyways, that probably makes me sleepy. Like, yes, tarot cards. I'm also from Nevada, so shuffling of cards, gambling and stuff. Perhaps it's nostalgic. It's funny. Anyways, okay. The whole life's a game. You just got to know how to play it, right? Where do we need to focus our energy this week? Woo, that is a lot. Are you sure? Okay, I guess we're going to take it. We're going to take it. We got quite a few. So we've got, starting off with our root chakra. I am receiving abundance from both expected and unexpected sources. And then our sacral chakra. I nurture patience while my seeds of creation come into fruition, and I joyfully await my creations to breathe new life. Our solar plexus chakra. I act when I feel called to, and my confidence shines when my aligned actions are led by my inspirations. And then our crown chakra. I understand the messages and signs I receive as guidance. I know how to use my discernment to be certain of truth. Hmm. Yeah, so make sure that if you do take any action this week, that it is it's aligned. You're inspired to do it because that's when your confidence is going to shine through the most. And it's like whatever is going on right now, I feel like it is just the beginning of I nurture patience while my seeds of creation come into fruition. And I joyfully await my creations to breathe new life. It's like you are planting the seeds this week with whatever this reflection is. That's going to start planting the seeds. So when any communication about it comes up, you're able to start taking those first little steps, right? That's when you're essentially will be inspired. And it might lead you into receiving abundance from both expected and unexpected sources. So if you feel guided to um, like post a YouTube video, make write a book, whatever it is that you feel guided to do. It could be beneficial for you financially, and that could actually be kind of surprising for you. And that could be the end of your tough cycle. Being left out in the cold is definitely a card of poverty, but it's the sun seeing your way through it, seeing, the ending of this cycle to where you're actually able to reach this 10 of cups. We got the 10 of cups and the 4 of wands, which are both to me like home cards, like houses. So only, of course, take that as it resonates, but it could be something to where you're like kind of coming out of this, where you're able to plant your first seeds to where you're like, hey, I can actually do this thing, and I could do this to where I could actually buy a house for my family, or, we could be happy here, or, whatever it is. And know that as far as the flexible in communication, I'm picking up on a side tangent of how your spirit guides may want to communicate with you, such as through like stuff like this, or going outside and taking a walk, and you see a certain bird that reminds you of this thing, or whatever. Just knowing that I understand the messages and signs I receive as guidance, and I know how to use my discernment to be certain of the truth, because sometimes we have what's called like our confirmation bias, where it's like if you want something so bad to show up, like you'll make it happen, and there will be triggers that you attract into your reality that will confirm for you that that is what's happening. So your mindset is so important, because if your mindset ain't right, then nothing is right. So I'm just brought back to this reflection and gratitude for the journey. So reflecting back on how grateful you are for this journey, again, the good, bad, the ugly, and that's going to be able to reframe everything for you, where where it is you were, where it is you are now, and where it is you want to go. And you're planting the first seeds of it this week. But you can also, how, like, at this stage in your journey, your discernment, like your bullshit meter is up, right? And you can use your discernment to be certain of the truth. So it's like, that if you start spiraling down in a certain mindset, that you will see signs of that showing up. But that if you're focusing on a higher mindset, is how it's being shown to me. Like, this is like your baseline, your standard, where like your childhood conditioning, the past, stuff like this. And this is like where you're working towards. It's almost like a higher mindset, right? And you want to look for the signs and messages from this timeline of your higher mindset, not the mindset of the scarcity where you've been stuck in. You want the one where you have, saw the light, and you were able to follow the light and make it out. So I hope that made sense. I've got this card right up at the top. Look! Okay, so it says universal. My life is a constant stream of miracles. So, and you have to like, yes, okay. So you have to know that you can choose where you want your mindset to be. So as shitty as whatever this journey was for you, you can either stay stuck in that victim mentality, then you're going to stay stuck there, or you can choose to be grateful for the muckiness you had to go through. And that gratitude is a nice light way to come through and say like, hey, my life is a constant stream of miracles. Like, yes, that was an absolutely awful situation, but you know what? I made it through, and that alone is a miracle. It's a miracle alone that I didn't give up and that I just kept going, because I could have given up, right? Whatever it is, it seemed really, really hard. It's like you didn't have to balance it out. You don't have to be flexible in your communication. You can stay stuck in this treacherous cycle. You can do that. We have free will. Or you can affirm to yourself that your life is a constant stream of miracles. Again, what we are being tied back to with the universal here, and then all of this stuff, I was really getting the like all is one type of energy. And it's like, if it's something that it exists within the kingdom of God, then it also exists within you. And I can't remember which Bible quote it is exactly, but it's like, he says that blah, 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 my children shall inherit the earth, the kingdom of God, blah, 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 blah. And what that actually does mean is, because the kingdom of God is found within you. So we inherit these rich, fertile lands and soils to create everything that we possibly could want with our Queen of Wands, our creation card, right? And you're choosing whether you want to choose in your lower programmed, stuck, scarcity, like mindset and focus and victim mentality, or do you want to create from a higher level of gratitude and saying, yes, thank you so much for these lessons. Let's alchemize this. Let's see our way out. Maybe like turning your pain into your power type of is like the energy that I'm getting. So, okay, that went on a tangent there. Beautiful. Oh, look. Okay, so environment. It's another thing that might help your mindset this week is I love my home and my home loves me. So focusing on your environment will always help your mindset 10 toes down on that, because what you see around you, if your environment's cluttered, then so is your mind. So keep that right. Okay, and then we've got prosperity. I am worthy of more prosperity, and I open my heart and my hands to receive it now. So yeah, receiving abundance from both expected and unexpected sources. Once you're able to release out all of this victim and poverty and stuck mindset, whatever it is that you got going on, just could just be just feeling woe is me for the journey. Once you're able to release that, it's like a floodgate's going to come in of just blessing. This is like what I'm hearing. Okay, let's get a closing message here from the Isis Oracle and see what she wanted to come through about from this morning. Sorry, there's a lot of stagnancy in this here. She wants the message to be nice and clear. Okay. Well, then one card, please, my dear. Isis is coming through the message and saying she only pops out when pivotal moments are really happening, and she just wants to be here to offer her guiding hand. Her lovingly guiding hand. She's saying she knows that working with the energy sometimes, her energy sometimes can be a bit brutal, but not in this case. It's very gentle. And she just wants to help lead you out of this darkness. So I'm just seeing like a dark tunnel, and her just kind of like grabbing our hands, like the collective's hands, and just like walking us out of this dark tunnel. And there's just like a little bit of light, you know, off yonder, all the way off to the left. And it's like you've been in a dark cave and you're about to come out into the light, she says. Here, take my hand. Let's go. Right? Hi. Wow, beautiful. Okay. It's very comforting. It's very comforting. I feel like she's like a mom hugging me or something right now. Like, it's gonna be okay. You're almost through. You can see the light. Just keep going. And I have this emotional health one right here. I am patient with my needs, kind with my words, and respectful of my soft places. Yeah, so she's saying to be kind and graceful to yourself, because it has been a bit of a rough journey. And this last bit of the walk it'll be like you have to walk by faith, right? You have to know that, because you can't actually see the exit of the cave. It's like what things shown in my mind's eye. You can just see the glimmer of the light, just barely, and you have to trust that it's actually light there and that you're not going to actually go deeper into the cave by whatever communication this is. Oh, the communication is the cave. That's so interesting. This message is very untwinding. I love it when that happens. I really do. Especially when I just have no idea what it's going to be about. All right. Huh. Beautiful. I can't wait to watch this back, because I forget half of what I say sometimes when I remember the basis of the messages. I don't get full amnesia, but I miss half the shit that comes out of my mouth, because a lot of it's channeled. Especially when I'm working with like Goddess Isis, and she's like here present. I'm like starting to heat up, hot. But she just told me just to keep shuffling, because she wants this message to just be so clear. But it's like being walking by faith, and know that you're not going deeper into the cave, and it's not the glow of a fire that you're seeing from like a nearby tribe or rival or something, right? It's like as if like we were like in caveman times and we all lived in caves, and it's like you run into the wrong family or something like that. That's very, very primal, Isis. Very primal coming through. But that's what's like being shown to me. Like, it's actually the outside. You're finally out of the caverns, or you will be out of the caverns if you can be flexible in your communications and trust the signs that you're seeing. So you need to be able to recognize what signs, like, because it's like a path that's being shown. And if you are using your discernment, you're going to know what signs are coming from your higher intuition to turn this way, turn left, turn right, turn, whatever. Because if you go and you turn right away, because you're taking up from a sign that's coming from your lower timeline, then you are going to end up deeper back into the cave. But that's what I'm showing is the first step is the reflection. The second step is the gratitude. And the third step is the flexibility in communication. But like the flexibility is only going to come because you have the gratitude. And if you don't take that turn, then you won't make it all the way out of the maze. Fuck, man. Okay. All right. Can we pull a card now? My third eye is like light up. I'm like getting a headache. I'm like, oh. I'm like, that's okay. That's okay. That's how you know. That's how you know she's working. It's very interesting though. The imagery that's being shown. I love that though. I do. It makes sense. It actually really makes sense. And that's how we move on to the calmer waters, right? How we come to this agreement. That's going to bring in this emotional fulfillment, this justice that's balancing it out. Okay. Okay, Isis, please give us a closing message here. What do we need to know for our clear and concise message on our Mindset Mondays and where we need to focus our mindset this week. She's saying, I said pretty much all she wanted to say as far as the clarity goes. You just have to trust your intuition and know where to turn. If this way feels right, then turn that way. And like, you have to walk by faith. Because like right now you're blinded, right? There's the two of fucking whatever. She's got a blindfold on. This one's got a blindfold on. It's like right now you're blindfolded. You can just barely see the glimmer of the sun, but you have to just keep walking and release your boundaries, release your fear. Okay, let's get a message to close this out. No! Look at that. We've got Temple of Carnelian entering the fierce belly of Skimmet on the bottom. So Carnelian could be very helpful for your confidence, to help you keep your faith. It's almost like fire in your pocket, like a lantern. Anyways, but that's like what you're doing right now. It's like you're entering the belly of the beast. But look, this is the message that came out. And it's so funny because when I first pulled out the deck, this was at the bottom. Abundance of solace, stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. So it's boom, abundance from expected and unexpected sources. It's like this is the harvest coming in. Same thing with the 10 of Wands right here. I know it's in the reverse position, which I really took it as a release of burdens, but this actually is a harvest card. He's coming home with his bundle of wheat, right? And while it's been a really hard journey, it's finally over. Let's read this. Oh, I'm so excited. That's the card that came out, because that was the one that, and I shuffled. Okay. I just get some water. Abundance of solace, stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. Abundance in many forms is flowing to you now, beloved. Intend right now to receive it. Just decide to do so in your heart this very moment. The oracle of the abundance of solace comes as guidance to expect increased flow and to continue your good works of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, self, and enjoy the abundance responsibly flowing to you in many forms over and over again. Oh, I'm just hearing that your guiding light, like that is the light that Isis is trying to show you, is your talents, love, wisdom, and it's to share. It's to freely share. I've got throat chakra frequencies in the background going too. Oh my goodness. I love that. Let me just check the time to make sure that I have enough to read this whole thing, and we'll be good. Oh, I got 5 minutes left. We're good. Okay, perfect timing. Abundance comes to you now, dear initiate. If you have been through a time of restricted circumstance, materially, financially, socially, in terms of health or relationships, opportunities, fun, or friendship, then this oracle indicates that the tide is turning and an upsurge of wealth, health, abundance, and more are coming to you now. After an experience of restriction, perhaps for a prolonged period, you will very much enjoy this new and improved flow of energy, support, and compensation and reward. With your heart open, your many channels ready to receive the influx of abundance, and your innate belief that you are worthy to receive, you attract great support from the universe now. Channels for receiving grace in all its forms are created when you follow your heart and do your part to be ready and prepared to receive. Preparation is an important part of abundance in all forms, and you can enjoy your abundance to the fullest extent when there are containers for it to be held within. Those containers will be practical ways for wealth and other forms of abundance, such as great relationships, to be part of your world. Okay, I'm getting 2 downloads. I just want to say it before I miss it. 1, multiple streams of income. And 2, that this reflection and gratitude is what is like blockbustering out the way for this flexible and communication crap to come in, which it could be some sort of talent or old passion or hobby that you forgot about that's coming to you that's going to be like a guiding light, so long as you share it. You have to be flexible in the communication. You have to share it with the world. There is nothing that you are doing that is going to make you any fucking money whatsoever if you do not share it with anybody. Okay, but first, this reflection, this gratitude, it's so necessary because you have to have all of that and all this dark, mucky stuff. You have to look at it for it to be cleared out. Once you look at it, you see it for what it is, you name it, you can understand it, you can then release it. And it's like a river is flowing, but right now your river is dammed up by whatever this poverty or scarcity, this old heartbreak, grudges. Once you just release them. Okay. You don't have to fully forgive people, but you have to come to some sort of peace within yourself so your energy channels can get flowing again. Okay. Hope y'all caught. I hope I caught everything of that. I think I did. Your channels might include new creative works being formed, seeking networking opportunities. Okay, I got 2 minutes. Seeking networking opportunities with others in your field that are ways for people to find you in the work that you offer, for example, or joining classes or groups that allow you to meet others, following up your intuition or instincts, even small and seemingly unrelated situations. Yes, you act when you feel called to, right? Okay, when your intuition says go left, you need to go left. All right. The containers will be created not only from practical steps that you take, but from the intention, vibration, and resonance behind them, which means your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes all count. If your desired abundance is wealth, then start to really shift your identity and thoughts from a place of restriction to a place of relaxation and willingness to take care of your money so that you create a strong container for the flow of abundance to reach you. If you desire a loving soulmate relationship or deeper friendships, becoming more of the person yourself that you wish to experience in others, as well as affirming that you have value and so much to offer and are willing and worthy of receiving from others, will create powerful channels through which you can receive the abundance of love and good community that Solis can bring you. The goddess, a celestial abundance, shining stellar mother Solis, will bless you with all you can possibly receive. So allow yourself to act in faith, be brave, and take steps ready for yourself right now. Make sure you harvest your crops to create even more channels through which abundance can flow to you. Clearing out the old, completing and preparing the right crops for nourishment. This may mean revisiting, revising, finishing, and bringing to fruition old projects or deciding to let them go completely if they do not feel right to pursue